What's up, SNA fans? This is Super Ninja Austin with his nephew, Super Ninja Alexander. We're going to be talking about the latest episode of Friday Night SmackDown review right here on December 1st. My apologies. And we're going to tell you what went down, which was a very more exciting, a very exciting episode, like every single week. Excuse me for a second. Hello. How can I help you? Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, I do that.
Yeah, I can do it. Yeah, it's right here. Right under the tray with the pizza on there. Yeah. I can do it right now. That's that. Yeah, I'm doing it right now. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. See you when you get back. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. All right. Bye-bye. Yeah, all right, bye-bye. Keep the viewers busy. Yeah.
Yo. Wait, five. Right, because the well, so we have
Saved my attack.
What's this?
A local. Let's get out of here before more droids show up.
Alright. More did you say? Excuse me, but the most safest place would be Gonga City. It's where I grew up. Tis a hidden city.
City.
Uh-huh.
Can you take us there?
On second thought? No. Not really, no. It's embarrassing. My friend might have been vanished. Might have forgotten. The person would do terrible things to me. Terrible things to me if me going back.
So
What's the sound?
we got
If they find us, they will crush us, grind us into
I
tiny
did
pieces,
pata.
blast us into oblivion.
Ah. Your surprise is,
Yep.
let's see.
yo.
Just like
So
it's a going on the water.
we do like that. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Okay, I'll be right there. Hello. I need to hurry this up so. You sure are.
So good being home.
You rag on Julian? Mm-hmm. Your cake? cake on.
Mm-hmm.
He says cake.
It's cake. Yeah, that's a good one.
The podcast. I'm back YouTube. There we go.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get started.
Hello.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Come on, door. Dang it. Sorry about that. All right, let's get started. What's up, SNA fans? This is Super Ninja Austin here, back here with another wrestling news. I'm not wrestling news, with another review, wrestling review. Oh, you got it. Okay, good. But anyways, yeah, we're gonna start off today with the EST Bianca Belair coming down into the ring and making her appearance known, like, and have a few words to say to Damage Control. All 5 members, or at least 4 at this night. Excuse me, I need to look on the camera so I can tell the fans, like, face to face on what exactly happened, and we're gonna be talking about.
Like this. No, I'm not like this.
You know, like, okay, I just, I'll just put it here for now. But yeah, this is what Bianca had to say on the show. We're saying, welcome to the fans in Friday Night SmackDown, which they were. And she was like complimenting the city they were hosting SmackDown tonight, saying like the best city in it's good to be in one of the best cities in the world, and that is Brooklyn, New York. The Brooklyn crowd started cheering for the EST and at the Barclays Center. She was like, Team Damage Control, tried to take us down, but my team managed to did exactly what they needed to do. And she was like, so shout out to my girl Becky Lynch for coming through and showing up and showing out once again, like last year, of course. Just shout out to Shotzi for her guts and her passion. And last but not least, shout out to my girl Shaw Flair for being such a bigger person in the match and making that huge call for Becky Lynch. And she was like, well, it feels great to be standing in this ring, getting the huge W for the biggest match of the year, which is War Games. She was like, "What world with Damage Control is like it ain't over," which there was a mixed reaction about that, but I'll say maybe it's for a good reason, because she's still not over with Io Sky for her taking her women's championship and putting her on the shelf in the injury list. And Bianca Belair was like, I'm not done with you until I get my title back. This is where Damage Control interrupted Bianca Belair. Well, at least, like I said, 4 of them, which Bayley did not notice, and she even told them about this when they went back into the backstage area. This is where Dakota Kai was like, Bianca, like. And then this is where the fans started booing and telling them that they suck, and she started saying, "Shut up!" Like if she was I'll say Tony Storm. I'll say, yeah. Like the way she the way she spoke in her European voice, her accent, I should say. And then Bianca's like, "What the hell you doing here, Dakota, and the rest of y'all?" Like this is where Dakota's like, "I mean, nope." Like how to see how disgusting that it is, and around here, and smells like. Who wants to live in Brooklyn? Like the worst gutter city in the world. Well, she didn't say that, but she was describing that it was like saying like, who would be in such a disgusting city like Brooklyn? Fans were booing even more hard on them because no city loves to here to be disrespected by the dastardly heels. And she was like, quite frankly, like she was like, and also quite frankly, Bianca, quite frankly, Io Sky doesn't owe you anything. Like she already beaten you twice before, and it won't be worth it. Like it wouldn't make any sense for you to get another one if we all know what the results will be. I was like, yeah, that's what y'all think. Like, how you know she's not going to actually score a victory this time? Well, even though I'm not sure she's going to score a victory, I still think we're going to have a dream triple threat match for over the WWE Women's Championship with both Io Sky, Asuka, and Kairi Sane, which that'll probably be later on. Whether if it's the end of this at the end of this year or the beginning of next year, of course. But yeah, we still have enough time to do that though. But anyway, this is where Dakota Kai said, if you want another title shot, you're gonna have to go through all of us which we're damage control. That's what Bianca said. So be it. Like, you know what? Like, that's not new. So which one of you gonna be first? You, Asuka? Thank you so much. But anyways, Bianca Belair was like, I don't care. Like, I've been having to fight all you for the past year. So I don't care who it could be. Like is it you, Io, Asuka? I wish I give you that, but it's hard. It's hard candy. See what Grandma got you. But it's hard. You'll probably choke on it. Fine, I'll give you a couple. But ask mommy to crush them for you, so you can eat them like the chewable.
Oh.
Okay. Anyways, Bianca was like, I have to fight all you from the past year, so I don't care this time. Like, it could be Asuka, it could be Kairi, it could be Io, and heck, it could be your leader Bailey if you consider her being your leader. No, Trey, you gotta ask mommy about this.
It's crushing. Whoa, yummy. 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 Ooh, I said delay.
All right. She's like, who wants to go first, to get my shot? That's when Shaw Fur came out too, her come out and came for Bianca's aid, and also Shotzi was there with her to help her out. This is where they just ran into the ring, started brawling it out. All right, I'll open the door for you. But anyway, this is where they start throwing fists on each other, swinging when it was Shotzi, Bianca, and Charlotte against the three Japanese trio of Io Sky, Asuka, and Kairi Sane. Right, send them to their way, beating the living daylights out of the trio. I mean, that's how me and my girls go, which we probably would see a WWE Women's Tag Team Championship opportunity, but it looks like she will have to go through one of her best friends first, which that's going to be the main event match of tonight before Randy Orton makes his appearance. But anyway, and who do you think is going to win that match? You think it should be Kairi Sane? Maintaining the momentum for her best friend Io, or you think it's gonna be? Sorry, my bad. Or you think it's gonna be Bianca, and she's gonna earn herself a third opportunity against Io Sky for the WWE Women's Championship. Let me know down in the comments below. We also had Logan Paul making an appearance and having a big announcement. But this is where Bayley's like, what do you girls been doing? Like if y'all needed my help, I want you to say so. This where Io Sky was like, well, miss Bayley, like we didn't need your help. Like we all good or something. And it's like, and she was like, and then Dakota Kai's like, yeah, it's not good. Like we just lost the fight. And Bayley's like, well, if I was out there, that wouldn't have happened. We would have had the best number advantage. Like it would have been 4-on-3 once again. And then this is where Io Sky was like, and this is where Dakota Kai's like, well, Bayley, that doesn't matter. Bayley, that doesn't matter anymore. But now we got, what matters is Kyrie has a match against Bianca tonight. And no one will know no one more than you. So, like, I think Kyrie would appreciate your help today. Isn't that right, Kyrie? Here's where Kyrie was hesitant of answering that. It looked like it seemed like that Kyrie saying instantly accepted. Like, well, even though her and Io Sky start giving Bayley the weird look, like if they don't want her around them, well, and I'm gonna say like something say what my sister said earlier, like if you're not one of the team of Bayley, like you might as well just start your own group in like soon. Like, what's the point of calling yourself damage control? Like if you want to be around Bayley, the girl that I basically started the whole faction. But we're gonna see, like, with them planting those seeds, though, in the near future. Up next, we had some one-on-one action, which was very entertaining. Even had my brother watching, which he's a massive fan of Bobby Lashley. It was that Bobby Lashley against Butch, and at first, Butch gave him a fight. I was like, if he was worthy of being like somewhat of a main event star in the future, so that he had it in him, but the fight wasn't enough to put down the almighty Bobby Lashley. But before they got into the match, this is where Bobby Lashley got a microphone and said, let me speak to you, Butch. Like, I'm a Richmond kid. Like, well, I told you to make a name for yourself. Like, that's a name for themselves. Like, when the fans start chanting, Bobby, 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 he's like, yeah, like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, that's a name for making a name for yourself. Like, what I've been doing for the past 18 years in this industry. Like, when everybody knows it because they start chanting my name every single week. And the fan, and he start putting the microphone up in the air, and we can hear a wave of Bobby chants around here in the Barclays Center. This is where it's like, don't give your hopes up, kid. Like I will break you into pieces, boy. So are you ready for that fight, Butch? And this is where Butch gave him a really good slap across the jaw, and I was like, yeah, I'm not sure that was a good idea, Butch. Like when he said make a name for yourself, I don't think that's what he had in mind, but I don't think you care about that. But I'm gonna say for your concerns of being in one piece, being in one piece after the match, like post match. This is what Bobby was like. He asked for a death wish. Now this is where he tossed him around a bit. This is where Butch got back up, managed to get back. Like I can still get up. This is where Bobby Lashley took off his vest. This is where I got ready to a fight. This is where Bobby Lashley started hitting right hands repeatedly right onto Butch, like right hooks, like absolutely powerhousing. This is where I was with Butch right into the lower right corner of TNA Turnbuckle. This is where he started looking around the fan. This one on my it was. He started squeezing the hair of Butch right into his hair, onto the middle rope in the lower right corner. Until the right did her 5-second one on the Bobby. And then we try to go charging back to Butch. This is where Butch got back in the game, like, and he hit a drop kick right into the back of Bobby Lashley. This is where he hits a running knee strike off the top rope, or flying knee right to his face. This is where he goes for a moonsault onto Bobby, but you know, we brought him down on his feet, so he tried to go right onto the lower left corner on the top rope and do a moonsault on the outside, which he finally got Bobby down on his feet, which that was probably the most wise and smartest decision that Butch could ever done in this match. This is where he got him back in the ring. This is where but Bobby Lashley got back in control. He picks him up in midair, try to go for a standing suplex, but Butch put his knee, starts striking him right into the head. This is where he runs right. He rolled out of it, run right towards the left, go through the top corner ropes. This is where Bobby Lashley tried to go for a clothesline, ducks out of the way, right through the bottom side rope. This is where Bobby Lashley hits a one-claw spine buster right onto Butch. This is where Montez Ford and Edgeworth Dog's like, yeah, let's go. Our boy Bobby showed his strength here tonight. This is where Bobby Lashley threw Butch right on the outside, on the left side of the ringside, the left corner ringside area. Like, I was throwing him right under the ropes. This is where Bobby Lashley goes outside the ring. This is where Bobby Lashley picks up the former NXT UK Championship around on his shoulders into a fireman's carry and ran him right into the top ring post. Man, it looked extremely painful. Like I was like, he's done. Like when I saw that, I was like, yeah, he's done. This is the complete squash match. Like, I just put Butch out of his misery. Like, he's not ready for. But I guess I was somewhat wrong because Butch managed to get back in the match after he threw him back in the ring, tried to go for a spear, but he ran right, shoulder first, right to the ring post. This is where Butch hits a step up Instigiri. This is where Butch was starting to fight back with repeated Instigiri kicks. Right, especially when he got him right to the lower left corner of the turnbuckle. This is where Butch started doing the kicks, like the yes kicks, like the front roundhouse kick. This is where Butch around the mid rope on the exact same corner and hits a double foot stomp with Bobby Lashley his hand right onto the rope, and he got stomped, like bent back, forward and back with his arm. Like, I was like, ow! I won't be surprised if his arm's broken after that. Like, otherwise, like, he must be Superman, like, for not having a broken arm after that, I should say. But anyway, this is where Butch grabs onto his hand, bend it back right onto, like, under the sideways. This is where he stomps the elbow, snap back like if Baszler did it. That's where he charges at Bobby Lashley as soon as he got back up. But Bobby Lashley hit him with a running power slam. But he kicks out at 2.999 after going for the pin. This is where Bobby Lashley was like, no matter, like, I think it's not going to work that much. It looks like he was about to go for a dominator. This is where he thought that, like, this is where Bobby Lashley started yelling at him, which it was probably kind of a horrible mistake to do. Because he was like, I'm gonna make you regret ever stepping up to me for no apparent reason. I should say. I'll say exactly said that. I was like, I'm gonna make sure you never step up to me unless you make a name for yourself, right, or something like that. It's where he gets hit. He get hit with a right hand by Butch. This is where Bobby Lashley hits a thunderous clothesline that made him do a 360. This is where Bobby Lashley try to go for a one claw choke slam, but he get hit with another instant-giri kick. It wasn't a guarantee, but when Bobby Lashley turned around, he hit him with a spear out of nowhere, even more out of nowhere than an RKO. And this is where he got the 1-2-3. I'll say the one claw spine buster wasn't a guarantee, but the spear was a guarantee because he tried to attempt to go for a spear the first time. Butch got out of the way, and Bobby Lashley got him the second time when he attempted to go for the spear because it was out of nowhere, and two, it was guaranteed anyways because when it don't work the first time, it's gonna definitely work the second time. But this is where they celebrated a bit, but this is where we move on to the next slide with Paul Heyman going to Nick Aldis's office, dusting off the championship belt of the custom-made championship New York Jets because they were at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. Of course, they're gonna advertise the New York Jets and the New York Giants championship belts, custom-made NFL championship replicas, of course. But this is where Paul Heyman started asking a couple of questions about Nick Aldis about Randy Orton, and he's asked him like, "Are you sure that are you sure that they're gonna allow Randy Orton to be on the show?" Or he said like this, like he just said he actually said it like this in a firm voice. He's like, did you exactly invite Randy Orton tonight, like on SmackDown tonight? Nick Aldis is like, yes, I did. It's a 100% fact. I would accept Randy Orton to an exclusive SmackDown contract, like tonight. I'm gonna make sure that he signs tonight. Paul Heyman will start turning around, making sure that Randy Orton's out there. Maybe it's a smart idea from the wise man. And this is where, because you don't get RKO, and he's like, does my tribal chief knows about this? I was like, does he have to? Like, he may be SmackDown's top champion. That doesn't mean he runs everything on SmackDown. Like, if that's the case, then he'll be the general manager himself and not Nick Aldis. But anyway, this is where Nick Aldis was like, I thought I forgot, I thought, he's like, yeah, I thought I sent an email about it. Like it says right here, like all communication for Roman Reigns, like must go through Paul Heyman first. Like, so consider this, Paul. Communication. Like I'm going to sign Randy Orton, and if I have to offer up the entire bloodline to make. No, this is Uncle Julian. I'm a Super Ninja Austin's. Here you go. No more after this.
I want it.
Okay.
I want it. I can do that.
Put him up there. No. Don't worry. Okay. Just leave him right up there. Thank you so much.
I do.
Look, get your copy.
Come on.
I gotta do the podcast. Fine. I'll be right back. Excuse me. Back to the review. Sorry for the delays, but anyways, Nick Aldis is like, I'm gonna sign Randy Orton, and even if I have to offer him an opportunity to face every single member of the bloodline, and he gets his revenge, I'll gladly do that. Like, I'm sorry, like, so be it. I'll gladly do that. Like, so be it. Like, and he's like, so you, sir, Paul, if you like, what you're gonna do about it, Paul? This is where Paul Heyman starts smiling, sneaky and maniacal. He's like, he didn't know what to say. Just all of it. And said, like, anything that takes, Mr. Aldis. Like, I got this right here. He point out his phone. Like he's like, I could call Roman Reigns at any moment. I was like, well, I'm not sure if that's gonna be meaningful and necessary, because even for calling Roman Reigns, like, Nick Aldis wouldn't care that what Roman Reigns tried to do, like, slickly. And what do you think about Randy? What do you think Randy Orton? What do you think about Randy Orton possibly signing for Friday Night SmackDown in order to get his vengeance on the Bloodline? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. This is where we got up next. We got let's talk about Bush backstage. He bumped it. And this is where Bush bumped into Pretty Deadly. This is where Pretty Deadly was like, maybe it's the learning opportunity, Bush. Like, they used to team with your big buddy, Ridge Holland, but where is he at now? You know, he's not here to back you up and try to injure, and try to beat up and try to injure Elton Prince again, and take him off the shuffle. And this is where he said, and he was like, hey, it's a learning lesson, because like if the root left abandoned, maybe it could help you on your own. Like, even if that path, our own career needs to even if that path and make you dent it. And this is where Butcher's like, oh, really? Like, you're really going to say that about me? This is where he started hitting forearms back onto both Elton Prince and Kit Wilson. Started beating both guys up until the numbers were too much on him. That's where they started double teaming him, and they Irish whipped him right into this carrying cart, right? This huge gigantic carrying cart right across the hall. And landed back first, I believe, right on it. Well, up next we had the recap of Santos Escobar, like, of him when he very first turned heel, and then they're telling him his reason why he attacked Rey Mysterio, because he's like, everything what his son Dominic Mysterio is, and he's nothing but a deadbeat that always take opportunities for us young guys, which I don't think that's the case. Like he was just doing you a favor because you couldn't compete tonight on that night against Austin Theory. Otherwise, you would have been United States champion. Like, he was trying to help do a favor to be champion in the LWO. And this is how you repay him, like messing up his leg. But up next, it was him against Joaquin Wild. Not like, well, that's kind of random. Like, I would expect him to wrestle someone like a Dragon Lee or a Cedric Alexander. Like, I wouldn't. Sorry it took so long for me to eat that down, but like, I would expect it to be like, yeah, one of those guys, like Dragon Lee or Cedric Alexander or Cameron Grimes. This is where he got interviewed by, I believe, Kayla Braxton. This is where he's like, Rey Mysterio, he's going to be a deadbeat to my former boys, Cruz del Toro, Joaquin Wild, and even Dragon Lee, like, if he let him. No, it was Kathy Kelly that interviewed. And if I have to knock some sense into Joaquin or him to realize that, then I will gladly do so. Just for the end this nonsense that Rey Mysterio's this horror and nonsense that Rey Mysterio is causing for the OWO. And again, Zelina, or not the Zelina Vega, she can believe, but she can believe all the lies and the brainwashing words that comes out of Rey Mysterio's mouth. But I know what I know, and I'm going to show that out there when I brutalize Joaquin Wild out there, which was a good match. I believe this is a sign, to see what would Joaquin Wild and Cruz del Toro would do if they were if they split up and they were single stars. I believe they are perfect. This is the perfect experiment to start off on, if you know what I mean. But anyway, this is where we got we have this is where we got Joaquin Wild beating down Santos Escobar, looking like he might have a chance. But those matches like that are mid squash matches. Usually the babyface jobber that fights in the match, they might get the upper hand for a few minutes until the monstrous heel gets the interception and get the advantage and crush him with a finishing move. But anyway, this is where Joaquin, but we're going to get to that in just a moment. This is where Joaquin Wild hit the ultimate comeback move in sports entertainment, the crossbody off the top, catapulting off the top rope over in the ring in the lower corner of the ringside area. This is where Joaquin Wild throws Santos Escobar back in the ring. This is where what's his name? This is what it was Santos Escobar. This is where Santos Escobar rolled out of the ring. This is where he was pacing, but he caught a high risk rolling senton by Joaquin Wild. This is where he throws him back in the ring, and this is where he finished off his fight with Santos Escobar. But he tried to go for a pin, but he got denied with a kick out by Santos Escobar. This is where Santos Escobar got back. This is where he finally got back in the match. This is where he trapped him right into the lower right corner in the tree of woe position. This is where he was like, "I am the real LWO." This is where he hits a middle drop kick right onto the midsection of Joaquin Wild. This is where Santos Escobar picks Wild back up. This is where he hits a snapmare. This is where he goes for a pin, which that was very dumb, and useless. But because Joaquin Wild instantly kicks out at 2.1, this is where he picks him up in that snapmare position, started hitting a single axe handle right onto the shoulders and chest of Joaquin Wild. This is where he picks Wild back up. This is where let's see. This is where, but Joaquin Wild got back in the game. This is where he hits a striking knee strike that would have probably knocked him out, if he just pinned him instantly. But this is where Joaquin Wild tried to go for his finishing move, which I believe it was, because he was hanging on, getting ready for Santos Escobar to get back up to hit his maneuver on his former boss of the Legado del Fantasma. When he was hanging on the upper right corner, this is where he hits a rolling DDT right on the middle of the ring. This is where he goes for the pin. He nearly had him, but he only got a 2.99999 at the last second. This is where I try to go for another move. I try to go for another move and charge at Santos Escobar, but he called him in midair, hits the Phantom Driver, gets the 1-2-3, and and remain unbeatable with this new heel gimmick like he has ever since of costing Rey Mysterio the United States Championship. But I'm still confused. Like, he didn't explain like if he purposely left the brass knucks into the corner on purpose or not. Like, or Carlito was just accusing him. It didn't make anything better. Like, maybe he didn't intentionally did it, but he was bothered that Rey Mysterio was probably he was bothered that Rey Mysterio was the United States champion, and also he added Carlito into the group, even though Carlito was a perfect guy to be added to the LWO faction, whether Santos Escobar was there or not. Like, because him and Ray go back, even though not in the WCW days, but in the early WWE days, in their early WWE days, in the Ruthless Aggression era. This is where he tried to go do a post match, but anyway, this is where he does. This is where Santos Escobar goes for a post match beatdown, but luckily Dragon Lee scared him off. But he tries to attack him from behind, but Dragon Lee expect this. This is where he started hitting right hands and got right hands into the right hand to him. This is where he Irish whipped him from the left corner to the right corner. This is where Santos Escobar counters. He hits a sliding Hurricane Rana countering Santos Escobar. This is where Santos Escobar is hanging onto the lower left corner. He gets striked with a right drop kick right onto Dragon Lee, where he slides up onto the lower corner apron. This is where he does a springboard back in the ring and hits a drop kick right into the face. And this is where he hits a running drop kick once again, the second time, looking like his brother Roosh in the process. Scared off the former NXT Tag Team Champion. I mean, NXT Cruiserweight Championship. My apologies. Because what's his name? Dragon Lee was not intimidated by Santos Escobar, and he wants a rematch. And do you think that we should have a rematch between Lee and Escobar? Y'all let me know in the comments below. Let's go move on to the next. This is where Adam Pearce came on SmackDown tonight, and this is where he was like, "You're really gonna try to steal away Randy Orton from me from Raw? Like, if you're gonna try to do so, I'm gonna try to convince Orton to stay on Raw by signing this contract here." This is where, and he was like, and also and this is where Nick Aldis was like, "Yeah, like, right, you're forgetting, Mr. Adam Pearce. Randy's a free agent now. It's not like a year ago when he was currently on Raw, like when he was a Raw tag team. Like, I do intend to sign him on SmackDown. Like, I intend to sign him right here tonight at the end of the show." And this is where Adam Pearce like, if that's so, like, then two can play at this game because I can give him a Randy Orton the offer that he can. I thought we would talk about this on Monday, but since you're going to take that contract tonight, like, I'm going to join you later on tonight with my contract. Like good luck, Aldis. And this is where Aldis is like, and he was looking like, I don't need no luck. Like, that's what he said. I mean, that's not said, but that's what he looked like he was thinking. And this is where Michael Cole probably referenced the MJF. And MJF referenced MJF by saying this is definitely a bidding war, which it was supposed to be a bidding war by January 1st, 2024, like when his contract expires. But I believe he's going to stay around for a while, whether if it's a short-term or long-term deal that he re-signed. But it said he signed an extension that will extend his stay in AEW until on a later date. And do you think he's going to sign a multi-year deal, another multi-year deal with the All Elite promotion, or do you think he's going to go to WWE? This could be a sign that he's going to WWE. Y'all let me know in the comments down below. This is where we got Logan Paul now. Like, this is where he made his big announcement about who could be his next challenger. This is where Logan Paul was like, Yeah, y'all, did you miss me, guys? That's what he's like. Oh, I figured you didn't miss me like that, like that much. But like while you are here being y'all's usual self, like I've been here, continuing to make my name of being this championship right here. This is where Logan Paul was like, "So I got good news for you guys. I spoke with Nick Aldis tonight, and then we created a tournament to determine who's going to be my next opponent and challenger for my United States Championship." He's like, we're going to do this. The tournament would start off with next week, and it features 8 superstars in this tournament. Fans are saying like, what? And this is what he started naming the names. The fans were continuing to say what, like if Stone Cold was there. This is where he was like, Santos Escobar, like Bobby Lashley, Dragon Lee, like Karrion Kross, Austin Theory, and 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 Kevin Owens, and an NXT superstar that could be anyone. Oh yeah, and Grayson Waller as well. And the fans were chanting what, and it looks like he couldn't have enough of mentioning Kevin Owens' name because and then this is when Kevin Owens came out. You know the rule, because if someone keeps repeatedly calling out your name, you're gonna eventually come out there and see what they want from you. Like, it's a rule that Kevin Owens and my boy Simon Miller know very well, which that's a logical rule in pro wrestling, of course, which I agree. Like if you're gonna keep calling out somebody's name, you might as well come out there and see what they want. But and if they have a problem, they can fight it out in the squared circle. But anyways, this is where Kevin Owens was like, I'm here now. Like, what do you want, Logan? Like, he's like, no, wait, like, why are you even doing here in my ring? Like, despite you being United States champion right now, like, when you're just a complete nightmare. And nobody obviously, like, if we're doing for something, I first saw you. That was like 10 years ago on that app. Like, fine. Like, when she was referencing YouTube, like, I believe, and then scamming his viewers before, like, with that egg, like that what's that that little stock egg, whatever it's called. But yeah, as well, this is where he's like, back then it only took me 6 seconds to figure out that you're a complete unbearing jackass that I have ever met. And then Kevin Owens was like, also added, he's like, you're talking about junk around here, like talking about the only thing junk around, like that, that crap, the only thing that's junk around here is that crap you call energy drink that's on pedals, like. And this is where Kevin Owens like, now, guess what? I'm here to tell you, I'm in this tournament, like right now, right? So, so that nightmare that is about to end with your United States Championship, so you're because, it's you being U.S. champion, because your time as champion are numbered. Let's be honest, buddy. This is where Logan Paul's like, you know what's funny, Kevin? Like, you call yourself a prize fighter, but buddy, I've been in the ring with the greatest boxer in the world. I'm like you're talking about boxing, and you're trying to show a comparison of saying like he calls himself a prize fighter, but you've been in the ring with the greatest. And your point, like, unless you beat the guy, like, you don't have that much to prove about into this category. Even if you did, like, you're in a totally different industry, Logan, and that's what Kevin Owens told him after he's told him that. And he's like, if you and I fought 6 seconds, at 5 is more than I need to KO you. which he was spelling it. That's honestly spelling it out. Like, well, I'll say maybe he kind of is like, but he pointed it out more like on the shirt saying KOU out. And this is where Kevin Owens responded like, really, Logan, like, I'll never take this away from you. You're a very clever guy. But here's the thing. That's another world in boxing. This ring, this WWE, like right here, this is my world right here. Do you understand that? And this Logan Paul's like, well, let's see about that, Kevin. You're gonna see, like, yeah, we're gonna see, like, yeah, this is my, it is like, yeah, this is my house, like, because I've been doing this I've been in this industry for nearly 20 years now. You're just doing it, been doing this for nearly 2 years, and then this is where Grayson Waller and Austin Theory came out. And this was like, hey, look at here, it's Kevin Owens. He's just a troll trying to get attention, like with our United States champion. And he's like, you like you're and I'm forward thinking that you're trying to disrupt the three of us right now. And he's like, now we got a lot of common, don't we, Logan? And it is where he also said this to Kevin Owens, like, or no, it was, he was done saying it was Austin Theory. He was like, now, hey, Kevin, like, well, you're the guy that punches people in the face, right? Look what you're standing across the ring from, Logan Paul, like the man that knocks people out just like that of a snap of a finger. That after he gets done, like knocking you out, like days of. Like when your days and our number is punching people in the face, like I'm gonna be I'll be finishing off the carcasses that he lays when he lay you out, and this is where before he can finish his sentence, this is where he gets knocked out with a right hand by Kevin Owens in the face of Austin Theory. This is where he rolled out of the ring. This is where it's like. This is where Kevin Owens is like, sheesh, like, what the hell? Like, this is what it was like, sheesh, like, he never shuts the hell up, doesn't he? And this is where the fans were chanting to Austin Theory, like, you got KO, and they started doing a clap, like, clap, clap. And this is where Grayson Waller was like, are you kidding me, Kevin? Like, again? And then this is where Logan Paul's like, I'm reconsidering of continuing my provocation onto the prize fighter. Well, I was like, yeah, it's for the best to not do that. Like, or else you'll be worse. Like for him, like not being much of a fan of you, like he's not gonna show no remorse. I'd say that's the best way to describe the prize fighter himself in the scenario. This where it's like yeah, like. If you keep up rambling your mouth like Austin, you're gonna end up worse than Austin Theory. Like try to if you think you could, and this is where Kevin Owens dropped the microphone. Well, this is where he also dropped the microphone. This is where he put his arms out. He was like, you think like if you gonna knock me out, like try to do so. Try with your lucky shot, that one lucky shot you keep talking about. Like do it to me right now. This is where Logan Paul's like, I'm not sure if I should do it. He was hesitant. This is where he was thinking, like, I don't know if I should knock him out. Like, even if I tried to, I think it'll barely work, even if I get at least a quarter of a chance. It's like, I think we're good right now. This is where he was saying, like, while saying it on the microphone, this is where he's like, okay, like, that's good. Like, glad we can agree on something. But this is where we do have the match where Grayson Waller takes on the prize fighter, Kevin Owens. Like, and this was a really good match, perhaps the third match of the night. While I'll say the second match of the night definitely belongs to Bobby Lashley and Butch. And I would say I don't really often give main event matches match of the night unless it's a really good match. Like the Kairi Sane versus Bianca match was very entertaining and very excellent. So that's why it deserves the match of the night spot, and you can agree that you can see why the reason it was the main event of the night. But anyway, this is where Grayson Waller thought he had the upper hand over Kevin Owens, like bringing him down with with a couple of blows. This is where he goes in the upper right corner on the mid rope. This is where he started sliding down onto the right corner ropes. Like that's near the upper right corner. This is where he was getting ready to hit the springboard. Hit the springboard, his springboard Aussie Icon elbow drop, which he did so, but only got him a 2 even count. Kevin Owens instantly kicked out and got back up. It's where he hits a strike right into the midsection of Grayson Waller and a striking right hand right onto Waller's face. Like, this is where Grayson Waller goes for a knee strike right into the face of Owens, bringing him down to the ground. This is where Grayson Waller's like, "Oh, I got you now." Like, and I'm gonna get some justice for my friend Austin Theory, which that didn't happen, of course. This is where he picks up the prize fight. This is where he try to go for a suplex, but this is where Kevin Owens was not budging. Like, even when he tried to flip him up, but this is where Kevin Owens countered and hit the suplex on his own, where fans start chanting KO, KO. This is where Kevin Owens was right into the lower left corner, hitting strike knife edge chops right onto the repeatedly. This is where he's trying to block. He tried to shield himself from getting another chop. This is where he poked him in the eyes, probably taking the page out of Randy Orton's playbook, and paying tribute to the returning Viper. This is where he starts stomping onto Nick Aldis just repeatedly, boom, boom, boom. This is where referee's like, hey, like, come on, like, back up just a little bit, like get him some time to get some energy. Like, this is where Kevin Owens like, all right. This is where he runs right. This is where Kevin Owens runs right towards the upper right corner, hits him with the cannonball, right. That's where I tried to hit the cannonball, but as soon as he tried to was getting in position, this is where Grayson Waller rolled out of the ring, like, not trying to get hit with the cannonball. This is where Kevin Owens was like, really? Like, he really had to move at that time. At this time, this is where Kevin Owens rolled out of the ring. This is where he tried to hit a striking right hand, but this is where Grayson Waller beat him to it with a striking right elbow right into the face. This is where he hits them face first right onto out the announce table. This is where he was like, I may be cool with you, Logan, but that United States champion's gonna be mine. Like, I was like, I don't know about that. Like, you can have so much star power moments, like, even probably headlining. I'll say not headline. I'll say even being in a big Australian match, teaming with your tag boy Austin Theory at Elimination Chamber, and perhaps even face Travis Kelce at WrestleMania 40. But I don't think you're going to hold any championships like the United States Championship at any time soon. They may be unfortunate for the young Australian guy, but it's going to be a sad fact that he's not going to. That he's gonna win the United States Championship in the tournament. But anyway, this is where Grayson Waller. This is where he did the count, like, so they both him or Owens would not get counted out. This is where Grayson Waller was clapping on his hands, like, clap, clap, clap. Like, I need to get back on my game. This is where he started doing the knees, like that, doing that knee maneuver thing, like he was doing some knee squats, I should say. This is where he runs right through the right-hand corner ropes. This is where he slides down onto the right-hand corner rope. This is where he tried to go for the rebound clothesline, but Kevin Owens ducks out of the way. This is where he turns around and he gets struck with a clothesline by the prize fighter. This is where Kevin Owens goes right on the mid ropes, hit a frog splash, hit a big frog splash right off the apron, and this is where Kevin Owens goes back in the ring. This is where he starts kicking and shaking the ropes on the left. I mean, on the top corner ropes. This is where fans start continuing to chant Kevin Owens' initials of KO in the match. This is where he rolls back in the ring. This is where he picks up Grayson Waller. This is where he was getting ready to get him back in the ring, but he was like, "Before I do, I'm gonna teach this little boy a lesson." This is where he tried to Irish whip him right to either Barry Barricade or Steven the Steel Steps, but he gets hit right into the Steel Steps instead. In midsection first, this is where Grayson Waller. This is where Grayson Waller runs into the ring. This is where he distracts the referee so the referee won't see what him and Austin Theory has planned for the prize fighter. And when Austin Theory step on the hands of Kevin Owens, like trying to smash his fingers. And then this is where Kevin Owens screaming in agony, like, my finger. This is where Austin Theory's like, now's your chance, Grayson. Like, come on, like, capitalize on him. This is where Grayson Waller was like, I'm going to do exactly that. Like, and he's like, this is where he grabs on his arm. He bends it right back and hits it right across the rid of the ring post, trying to break the wrist and the arm. This is where he started continuing to do the damages on the prize fighter. This is where Grayson Waller had a hammerlock submission maneuver, like by bending the bad right arm of Kevin Owens while putting his knees on his back. This is where he started bending the arm, like bending the injured hand and arm of Kevin Owens. This is where Kevin Owens was like, no, I'm not tapping. Not for this idiot or his best friend that's also an idiot. This is where Kevin Owens started hitting right hands to the midsection right onto Grayson Waller repeatedly. This is where he grabs on the head of Grayson Waller. This is where he throws him right onto the right hand corner of the ringside area. Like by throwing him from the inside. This is where Grayson Waller hits a hot shot arm drag right on trying to go for the ropes, but I think it was a botch. So this is where he tried to go grabbing onto Kevin Owens' head. This is where Kevin Owens grabbed onto Waller's hand. This is where head and try to hit strikes onto the arrogant Aussie. But this is where Grayson Waller grabs back onto that bad right arm and pulls it back right onto the ropes. This is where Grayson Waller tried to go for a rolling stunner, but this is where Kevin Owens hits a gut buster right onto Grayson Waller. This is where he hits a DDT as well. On top of that, this is where Kevin Owens. This is where Kevin Owens hits next, doing some right hands onto the face of Grayson Waller again. This is where Grayson Waller tried to go for a clothesline. Kevin Owens ducks out of the way. This is where he hits a super kick instantly afterwards. This is where Kevin Owens tried to go for a signature move for the second time, and you already know it's the guarantee. This is where Kevin Owens got him in the upper right corner of Tina Turnbuckle on the the bottom turnbuckle. He hit a striking momentous cannonball, which was a guarantee. This is where Kevin Owens goes around the top rope, hits the swanton bomb. This is where he tried to go for a cover, but only got a 2 count. This is where Xavier Woods go. Excuse me. This is where Kevin Owens. This is where Grayson Waller started trying to go for a reverse armbar right onto Kevin Owens' arm, bending that bad arm like on the opposite direction where it should not be bent in wrestling history. This is where Kevin Owens is like, no, I'm not surrender. This is where he grabs onto the ropes. Like, the referee's like, all right, Grayson, you cannot hang on to Grayson Waller. This is where he does the 5-second warning count. This is where Grayson Waller grab onto the. This is where Grayson Waller grabs onto the bad hand of Kevin Owens. Excuse me. This is where he grabs the bad hand into his left hand, stick it onto the back of the turnbuckle pad, and just stomp on it right onto the bottom turnbuckle pad on the lower right corner of Tina the Turnbuckle. This is where Kevin Owens right after then go for a surprise roll up, which is the most devastating move in all of sports entertainment. This is where he got the 1-2-3 and got an upset over the Aussie icon. And Kevin Owens becomes Kevin Owens wins the match, and I'm not sure who he's gonna wrestle, which I'm gonna know probably later on, like on this video or on the wrestling news video tomorrow. But let me know what y'all. Let me know in the comments down below. This is where Grayson Waller was very upset and starting to look like a sore loser, of course. This is where Kevin Owens is like, see, I told you I could beat you in the match. Whether if it was a roll-up, stunner, whatever finish, or whatever maneuver I use, that's very devastating to put you away. Let's move on to and we saw some hype recaps with CM Punk, especially with the promo like he had on the post-show Raw after Survivor Series War Games. Like he's saying he's home and had plenty of things to say. This is where it's been announced that CM Punk will be on next week's show when they have tribute to the troops. And are you gonna watch next week's show? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. And I remember when the last time CM Punk was in WWE, like in the end of 2013, they had the tribute of the troops show. So like history repeats itself a decade later. And then this is where let's see. This is where we got the Bianca Belair versus Kairi Sane match. And let me tell you a little spoiler. Bianca Belair did got her revenge on Kairi Sane, but even though half of the percentages is not the way she planned it to be. And let me tell you, this year, this is not the first time that Kairi Sane lost to a African American pro wrestler. And some tells me it won't be the last, but it'll be the last for 2023. Because if y'all haven't known that she lost to the former WWE women's wrestler that beat her for the IWGP Women's Championship, which most of you wrestling marks probably know exactly who I'm referring to. It's the same woman who faced Bianca Belair at WrestleMania 37 in 37 in night one's main event, of course. But that's enough about that. We're going to be talking about Bianca Belair and her match tonight, like of fighting the former IWGP Women's Champion. This is where Bayley was getting ready to do the match, but she was uneasy, like about what Io Sky wanted and Kairi Sane too, like. She was this is where Dakota Kai saw some concern into the face of Bayley. This is where Dakota Kai checked on Bayley. She was like, "Are you okay, dude?" And this is where Bayley was like, "Yeah, I never felt better. Never ever felt better." This is where, like, well, what's up, Kyrie? I'm here to support. And this is where Io Sky's like, "No, you stay here tonight backstage." And then this is where, like I said, my sister was like, I'm not trying to take up for Bayley, but I it just don't make any sense for for not her having her out there because she's part of Damage Control. And even though they are starting they starting not to want her to team with her. But why didn't they just hurry up and just say that she like I would say not hurry up, but why did you just say that she don't trust you and she do not want the team with you, and find your own and then create your new and your own and new stable with your latest stable mates, your recent latest stable mates of Asuka and Kairi Sane, the Kabuki Warriors even. But he was like, yeah, she banned her from ringside, which I would say Bailey instantly disobeyed. But we're gonna talk about it in just a minute. And even my sister was like, yeah, just because she may be women's champion, like she even said this, like I even agree, like yeah, like she's not really the leader, like at least not now, unless she starts this team stable. But she was like, what's the point of having the damage control if it's not even it's not even originally you didn't originally started it, I should say. And I was like, agree, like that doesn't make any sense. Like that's kind of 2 + 2 = potatoes. Onto this kayfabe perspective of Io Sky of banning Bailey from being ringside with them. But yeah, this is where we do have Kairi Sane taking on Bianca Belair. But yeah, but it's just a curious opinion. Like it's just our opinions, and we're asking curiously about this. Like nothing against the wrestlers. We're just saying like in the storylines perspectives. By the way, like that's where we're coming from. But anyway, this is where Bianca Belair Irish whips Kairi Sane right into the left hand corner of the ropes. This is where she tried to grab on grab onto Kairi Sane, but this is where she does a flying head scissors, but it wasn't enough to bring down the EST because she has a cartwheel, a front flip cartwheel. This is where she hits a running missile drop kick on top of that. This is where she does a kip up on the outside. This is where she's like getting the fans off her feet. She's like, "Come on, everybody!" Like I'm getting the job done. Like, and I'm showing that Kairi Sane's not intimidating. This is where she goes for a body slam, spin her around like towards the right, and go for the right hand corner for the body slam. This is where she started grabbing on the hair of Bianca Belair, which I bet she didn't learn from the likes of Shayna Baszler, Bayley, Sasha Banks, and even Becky Lynch, because like they got whiplash like plenty of times. But I believe Bianca Belair showed mercy for the former NXT Women's and IWGP Women's because she just hit a striking right hand, like when she pulled her right towards her, like winning the tug of war in the process with her own hair. This is where she runs right to the right side, but this is where she got tripped over by Asuka. This is where she got tripped over. Referee didn't see. This is where not Io Sky. Kairi Sane trying to go through the right side ropes. This is where she gets tripped over by Charlotte Flair. The referee saw is like, like you're not supposed to do that. Like, and if you cannot go on your best behavior, you're gonna have to be ejected out of the match right now. This is where Charlotte Flair's like, hey, you're gonna eject us and eject us and not them. Like, and they did so too. Like you're gonna let Asuka and them get away with that, and they clearly trip Bianca over behind her behind your back. Like I'm just trying to be even and show some justice to the damage control. This is where the referee was not listening. This is where Asuka tries to go attempt to charge at Bianca Belair with an attack. This is where the referee finally saw this and did his job. He was like, hey, like what are you doing here? Like nice try, but I'm seeing this very clearly, and you're trying to do something dirty too. So I want you and you Io and you Dakota, you go back to your locker room with your leader Bayley right now. Which they did, so they had no choice, or they would cancel the match, I guess, as you say, or even get suspended by Nick Aldis if they didn't follow the referee's orders. And it was just a one-on-one bout with Bianca and Kairi Sane. This is where this is where this is where what's her name? Kairi Sane tried to go for the what's that over arranging Boston Crab. I checked and she's not from Boston, but she did this to the girl that is from Boston on New Japan. But anyways, she started bending her legs right onto Bianca, which she thinks that works, but the way she do it is starting to make it look like the second least most devastating move in sports entertainment / pro wrestling. But this is where Bianca Belair got out of it, but she hit her with a spinning back fist. This is where she tried to go for a pin, but she only got a 2.999. This is where she tried to put her in a cobra clutch sleeper headlock, like a double cobra clutches like around Bianca's neck until Bianca Belair flips her right over. She flips her up in the air, like trying to put her in a powerbomb position, but this is where Kairi Sane still had her in the crossface maneuver. This is where Bianca Belair picks up the former NXT Women's Champion. This is where she goes for a body slam, which she successfully executed. This is where Bianca Belair is like she's not that easy to beat, but I can still manage to put her away. This is where she wiped off something off her hair, like wiping it back down to the down on her head. This is where Bianca Belair pick up the Pirate Princess, tossing her on the other side on the upper left corner. This is where she picks up Kairi Sane, start hitting right hands onto the Pirate Princess, like with the fans start counting along with the EST. This is where Bianca Belair did a backflip afterwards. This is where she was like, "Come here, Kairi Sane." This is where Kairi Sane tried to run right towards her because for some reason she wanted Bianca to lure her for her to come right towards her. But Bianca Belair hits a stand-up spine buster and then a springboard moonsault right off the left corner ropes. I guess you could say this is where she goes for a pin onto Kairi Sane, but she only got a 2.9999999. This is where Bianca Belair was like I thought it was a 2 count. Not 2 count, a 3 count. Like if it's 2, then okay. Like I'm not gonna argue. Like I still got plenty of moves left into me. This is where Michael Cole even said, like, I thought that was a 3 count too because it looked so close. It was to the point like the referee was nearly right, had his hand right on the mat, but it was only a 2.99999 triple double 9, negative 2, 0.1 away from being 3. This is where Kairi Sane tried to roll right onto a back to belly move position, try to push her right through the left corner ropes. This is where I try to go for a roll up, but this is where Bianca Belair hang on to the ropes for her to flip right back. This is where Bianca Belair picks up Kairi Sane right on the hit her this is where she does a sideaway slam, like when she caught her in midair. This is where Bianca Belair tried to go for a pinfall, but this is where Kairi Sane kicks out instantly after the 2 count. This is where Bianca Belair tried to go for I believe her signature move, but this is where Kairi Sane swats her hands away. This is where she hits a back fist right on the Bianca Belair, which brought her back, put her back. This is where Kairi Sane screamed right in the air. This is where she goes right onto the. This is where she hits a striking forearm right into the face of the EST, onto the lower left corner into the bottom turnbuckle. Went right through the left corner apron. This is where she goes around the top rope, hits a missile flying forearm right into the face of Bianca Belair, but she kicked out 2.999999999 double triple 9. Negative 0.1 second away from being 3. That's what Kyrie saying, like, okay, and she was like we're saying, like, okay, like, but why did she kicked out? Like, when the referee told her that it was two count. This is where she, because it was not really the insane elbow, like, but that didn't make any sense. This is where they went on the outside. This is where, I mean, no, wait, it was Bianca Belair tried to go for the chicken wing in the inside of the ring, but she got wheelbarrowed, I believe, out on the outside on the right side of the ringside area. This is where Kairi Sane tried to go for that striking forearm right off the apron, like, which she already did so it wasn't a guarantee. But Bianca Belair caught her, and then she picked her back up, hit her with a chicken wing face first, right, like face and rib first to the Barry barricade, the former Bears, like by destroying the grave of Barry, I suppose. Like, but it was a guaranteed for Bianca to hit the double chicken wing because the first attempt was failed. This is where she threw her back in the ring, and guess who came out there to distract Bianca Belair? It was the Doink the Clown. Nope. It was the Repo Man. No. It was Sasha Banks. No, I'm just kidding. It was her best friend Bayley. She slammed her back first she slammed her back first when she grabbed onto her long ponytail onto the right side apron. This is where Bayley's like, I know I disobey orders, and you and Io wanted me in the back, but I thought I might be helpful. This is where Kairi Sane was like, okay, like, as long as you brought down Bayley, like, if you not brought down the Bianca Belair, then Bianca, if you brought if you bring down Bianca, like, that's all that matters. This is where she goes right on the top rope. This is where she tried to go for the insane elbow. This is where Bianca Belair caught her up in the top rope, hit her with a right hand. This is where she flipped her over. This is where she hits her with the KOD. Get the 1, 2, 3. I don't know why you're doing this, and you're asking me to do this right now. Okay. You're welcome. But anyways, my bad. I'm back. But anyways, this is where Bianca Belair hit her with a KOD, got the 1, 2, 3. And it looks like I'm not sure if it's a mistake or Bayley was being helpful, but it looks like it seems like that Io Sky's not gonna be happy for Bayley. Like, especially, I'll say I can understand because she took the pin by Becky Lynch by getting manhandle slammed right through the table and got pinned with the 1, 2, 3. But that doesn't mean that she's the leader, even though she's the WWE Women's Champion. That's all she is in the group, and like the right hand woman of the Damage Control faction. Here we go.
Wait.
Okay. So I don't understand why is she trying to make Bayley like if she's the last. She's like the last member of the group, and she's like the fifth, or should I say the fifth member of the group when that's Asuka's category and not Bayley. She's the first member and the leader. So how dare Io Sky dump on her like that? Like, but it is showing that we could see a face turn from Bayley when she gets kicked out of Team Damage Control, which will probably be a new name for Io Sky. Here you go. for Io Sky in as there as this new trio, this new quartet or trio, new trio or quartet group. If you want to account Dakota Kai to this group, as a quartet, is a heel quartet faction in the women's division on SmackDown. But only time will tell when that happens, and we'll see like if Bayley really does get kicked out of the group and possibly be babyface, and it's been nearly hot dog. But anyways, for 5 years as a heel. But yeah, y'all be the judge of that in the comments down below. Well, that's where we move on to the end of the show, which we see if Randy Orton's going to sign with either. This is where we got the announcement of the Raw and SmackDown general manager, Adam Pearce, and Nick Aldis. They call out for the Apex Predator, aka the Viper. Because this is where. And he was like, I guess my privilege, this is where Nick Aldis like, this is my privilege of bringing back the Apex Predator, the Viper even, Randy Orton, to Friday Night SmackDown. This is where Randy Orton was in the ring. This is where he was deciding who should sign for. This is where we saw a lot of bribery from both Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce. If you sign with me, this is where Adam Pearce was like, come on, Randy, sign on the dotted line for the red band. It's not stuck. Or is it? Yeah. You're welcome. This is where he's like, if you sign with me, I'll give you a guaranteed shot over for the World Heavyweight Championship. This is Adam Pearce. This is where as soon as Randy Orton got out of the ring, got in the ring. You're like, all right, Randy, you're in the ring. This is where Nick Aldis was like, if you sign with me, I'll give you what you want, and that is to get the finish. You can finish unfinished business with the Bloodline. This is where Randy Orton was like, I'm convinced. Either way, I'm gonna get a guaranteed shot for a heavyweight championship, whether if that be in the World Heavyweight Championship or the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship. This is where everybody chanting RKO. And this is where Adam Pearce was like, you're a Monday Night Legend, so please sign your contract. No, we need you here because we need SmackDown needs more ratings and needs some more competition against the Tribal Chief. And since that the Bloodline, including Roman Reigns, took you out, and you want to get your revenge, right? I just need to sign, and I'll give you that opportunity for you to do so. This is where Randy Orton's like, okay, if you could do that, I'll and this is where he gets interrupted. This is where Paul Heyman instantly interrupted everybody in the ring by doing his usual announcement, but it was really not much of an announcement. He would just say, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman, and also I'm here to stop this nonsense. And this is the man that claims he has unfinished business for my Tribal Chief, and that man is Randy Orton. And he's looking for revenge. He's like, there will be no RKO this evening. And this is where fans start booing Paul Heyman, which I think it's work for him to say that to get some heel heat against the audience and Randy Orton himself, which he's a massively fan favorite legend in the WWE right now. But he's like, this is where fans start booing the hell out because of course they're gonna be booing. Because if there's no RKO, no one's not going to be watching. He's like, and then there's no decision. It won't be no decision today of where you're going to sign at. Because you should head back over to Raw and re-sign a Raw contract with Adam Pearce. Because I'm not going to make it easy for you. You know what? Because Roman had me... send somebody for you to make sure that you sign the Raw contract, like before it's too late for you to do so. And this is where Solo Sikoa came out with his big older brother Jimmy Uso. This is where they started double teaming Randy Orton until LA Knight step in and help out the Viper, which this was very interesting. Like you would never thought that LA Knight would help someone like a Randy Orton, even though he helped John Cena before. But I would thought he would never do a favor like that for the Viper, even though it was the bloodline, of course. So of course he's going to come out there for the save and get involved. Then he brought down and he started doing fists back and forth to Solo Sikoa. This is where Randy Orton was like, okay, like if that's the case, if I have some help like this, like with LA Knight throwing Solo Sikoa right to barricades back and forth onto the ramp, and taking him out of the arena. This is where Jimmy Uso turned around. I was like, if I was you, I wouldn't be in a hurry to turn around, like because he could strike the 3 devastating letters in all sports entertainment. But before he did so, he hits the draping spike DDT that hit him right to the ground, like if he would properly do if he was in a wrestling match. This is where Randy Orton was getting ready to strike the 3 most devastating letters in sports entertainment. This is where, can you ask Grandma to get you some Poppy? I'm not trying to be lazy, but I'm kind of in the middle of doing my podcast right now. But anyway, this is where Randy Orton was getting ready to, after he hit the spike DDT, this is where he got Jimmy Uso back in up in the ring, hit him with the 3 striking, devastating letters in sports entertainment, which is the RKO. And then this is where he got 2 of the contracts by both Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis. He was like, "What the chew? It was like similar to Batista's situation from 2005 when who he's gonna choose the main event WrestleMania with for either of the heavyweight championship. He was thinking like, is he gonna face the WWE champion, then WWE champion JBL, or then World Heavyweight Champion Evolution teammate Triple H, which he did so. But instead of signing the Raw contract, he signed the SmackDown contract, and he was like, I'm going after for Roman Reigns and getting revenge. And I made a statement by doing this to one of the tribal chief, one of the tribal chief's cousins. Right? And I was like, also you send a go back home present to Trinity by hitting them with the RKO. This is where Nick Aldis raised his hand. He was like, this is where Randy Orton grabbed on the microphone. As soon as he signed his signature onto SmackDown, he was like Paul, like you could call Roman Reigns right now, and you can tell him this, like that Daddy's back, and he said it in a more sinisterly happy way, like saying you can tell him that Daddy is back, like he told Rhea. A similar line that he said from this past Monday on Raw, like when he was in that promo battle between with Rhea Ripley, which he was dominating Rhea into the mic, by the way. Like, my opinion on it, like, Rhea, please don't murk me. Just a honest opinion, and I don't have nothing against you, just saying. But this is where Randy Orton raised. This is where Nick Aldis raised the hand of Randy Orton and said, like, yeah, this is my new signing of the blue brand on Friday Night SmackDown. Randy Orton turned around, looked at Nick Aldis, and hit him with an RKO out of nowhere, hitting him down through the canvas in the SmackDown ring, like he did to Jim Uso. to close out the show of Friday Night SmackDown. And this is Randy Orton was like, see why I see this is why you do not trust me, Nick. Like I can RKO anybody anytime that I choose to. And that could be Roman Reigns. I was like, hopefully it could be Dominic Mysterio again. Like along with my sister agreeing on that too, by the way. And also Rhea Ripley, like as well. Like I was like, hopefully he does it somehow for some reason he goes back to Raw and do that to the two members of the Judgment Day. But yeah, Randy Orton celebrated his latest signing of SmackDown, and it looks like that he's going to be Roman Reigns' next opponent, whenever that day will be. Whether if it's in a couple of weeks, whether if it's in January, at the Royal Rumble, which I believe this confirms everything. And what do you think about Randy Orton possibly getting an opportunity and getting revenge on the Tribal Chief and the rest of the bloodline? And do you think he's going to succeed and do so by dethroning Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship? Or do you think he's going to come up short against the Tribal Chief? Y'all let me know down in the comments below about that. But yes, sir and ma'am, that was your latest edition of Friday Night SmackDown, and that was the recap. Hopefully it didn't sound a bit lazy, but that's the best way I could describe tonight's Friday Night SmackDown. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll give tonight's SmackDown 4 stars out of 5, which was really good with the segments, when it comes with Bianca Belair against Damage Control, and then Randy Orton seeking revenge on the Bloodline and signing the SmackDown contract after sending a message to the Tribal Chief by RKO and his cousin Jimmy Uso. And also send a message to Paul Heyman. And also, I also want to point out that Paul Heyman was on his phone. He's like, call Roman Reigns. That's what he said. He really said it like that. Like when he spoke to his phone, like if he was speaking to Siri, and to call Roman Reigns, like put it on speed dial. But yeah, I can hardly wait on Randy Orton facing the Tribal Chief for the Universal Championship. I'll be careful, on how they would end the match. If Roman Reigns is retaining, I'll be careful for WWE to be putting themselves in the corner, like for those Randy Orton fans some of the Randy Orton that probably want to see Randy Orton capture his 15th time WWE World Championship reign, which I don't think is going to be anytime soon, but I think Randy Orton will achieve that goal, of getting that and even becoming 16, 17, 18, all the way to 20, because he even said he'll do this for another decade until he's like 50, at least 53 years old, which is the earliest that he will probably retire. But if that's the case, that'll be a 31-year career for the Viper from 02 to 02 to 33. 2033, yeah. But that's my age. But in the future when Randy Orton retires. But anyways, what do y'all think about that? Yeah, let me know in the comments down below. But anyways, I'm gonna continue to enjoy to have Randy Orton around in WWE, and I hope he does get at least the 20 reigns before he retires. And also, what you thought about SmackDown tonight? Genuinely, please leave your thoughts in the comments below, and also subscribe, click the bell notification so you won't miss when I upload my next video. And this is the end of this video. I've been your host, Super Ninja Austin. This was the 152nd episode of the SNA podcast, SmackDown Review Part 16. And I'll see you all on up next. We're going to have AEW Rampage, which will be episode 153. And this is going to be part 16 of that review. And I'll see you guys then. Super Ninja Austin, the assassin, is out for now. See you on Rampage Review, my SNA fans.